What about whole body replacement, organ replacement, and things that are even more out there, like whole brain emulation? Is that something you've given much thought to?
Well, quite a bit, partly because people keep bringing it up. So problem with whole body is, well, first of all, anybody's been around surgeons a lot realizes that's challenging. But moreover, the main thing we want to protect is the brain. And whole body doesn't solve the brain, and brain transplant doesn't keep your personality, your knowledge, and so forth. So I think that's a problem. I think brain emulation is still very far off. I'm part of a team that's simulating the best understood brain in the universe, which is a nematode worm that has 302 neurons in it. And even there, we can't simulate behavior. So just imagine doing that with something that has trillions of cells in it, like the human brain. We're getting better at, my team is developing tools for connectome, where you actually know which every neuron is connected to every other, via synapses, thousands of synapses per neuron. I think we will have that shortly, but I don't think that will make it trivial to, I still think we'll be messing around with the 302 neurons of the nematode. At the same time, we've got the complete connectome of a mouse or a human. So I think that's going to be a tough problem. And one analogy I make is, if I handed you, some obscure ancient text for which you don't know the language, and asked you to make a copy of it, the easiest thing would be to whip out your cell phone and take a bunch of pictures, and then you got a copy of it. But if you want to translate it with all the nuances and maybe it has some poetry, and you want the rhymes and the meter to maintain, and you want the meaning to be maintained, even though you don't know the language, you'd have to learn the language. That's much harder. And that's essentially what we're trying to do when we map the human brain or any brain into silicon, when it might be easier to just map it into a copy, right? So, but both of those are hard.
Yeah.
So I'm planning on, I think a better shot is just living longer and living younger and healthier, at least for now. We should certainly, and my group is participating in these, sort of things, and cryopreservation and so forth. But I think my main chips are on the resolving age-related diseases and youthfulness. I think a lot of things we think will go wrong or go exceptionally right tend to be smoothed out. They don't tend to be quite as extreme as the movies will make them.
Do you want to die? And if so, when?
I think the point is not immortality. It's more a matter of cost recovery and, equitable distribution of health. I mean, certainly aging would result in better health care. It has to do with the fertility crisis we have right now. We don't have enough people that feel like they're going to live long enough to have children, or they don't feel like they're going to live long enough to have an investment in lower pollution, so forth. So I think there could be all kinds of benefits of all of us living healthier, younger lives. And it doesn't have to be, even 30 years extension would have enormous positive economic consequences, and possibly fertility consequences as well. We need cohorts that will go to other planets. So we have to kind of solve diseases of aging and poverty. Those really should be solved before we invest too much in getting off the planet. But we should certainly invest that, because we're sitting ducks right now for asteroids, for solar flares, and supervolcanoes, etc. So we need to do it, but we need to just do it in the right order. We need to deal with everybody on the planet should be getting medicine.
Yeah, with Beyond Tomorrow, longevity is just one of 4 core tenets. And the reason why is that I sometimes say to people, what's the point of focusing on your VO2 max if World War III were to break out in 2 years' time?
Exactly.
And so you have to look at it pretty holistically, at the whole thing. It's about mindset. It's about all these other parts as well.
Yeah. And I think a lot of this requires we have a deeper understanding of psychiatric diseases, neurodegenerative diseases, and so forth, because these things result in bad decision making, sometimes with global consequences. So hopefully that will come along for the ride, or it might even be the other way around. Is our work on neuropathologies will have as a side benefit, longevity effects. Could work either way, or they just work side by side. But the revolution that's happening in medicine and AI, biotech, and so forth, could push both of those along one way or another. I mean, it could be that, for example, to cure Alzheimer's or prevent it, we do it by everything that's going down, we push up. So we cognitively enhance in order to end up even, break even, so the degradation is balanced by the augmentation. But if you don't have degradation and you have augmentation, then you might have pure augmentation, which could be another driver of the economics.
Thanks for watching this Beyond Tomorrow clip. If you haven't subscribed yet to our main channel, join us there for conversations that can help you thrive today and flourish tomorrow. We'll see you next time.